Before I finish out the horde of sketchbooks I have with however many thousands of drawings that will take up the pages amongst many other artsy things, I'm going to showcase and display, study, and admire my artistic inspirations and things that will help me along my art path into crafting one of the boldest art styles I can muster for the cluster of stories I have. I've scoured internet and stores to build a gigantic physical and digital gallery of references, and in this video, we'll be taking a quick look at my own little journey in character design and creation, as I will build thousands for my projects and stuff. But here's a look at some of the material we'll be going through along the way. The DC Encyclopedia, the Marvel Encyclopedia, Capcom Design Works, the Worlds of Yoshitaka Amano, The Art of Tetsuya Nishio, a ton of Cartoon Network, Nickelodeon, and Disney related material from pitch and story bibles to much more. And so much more, like the works of MC Escher, analyzing the art of H.R. Giger. Giger? One of those. And much more. Here's a small glimpse of some of the things. So subscribe, join along the journey. It'll be a long one, but here's some of my high school drawings from where it all started. I was inspired by stories I've seen in my sister, who was an artist, and whose drawings I stole and drew from, because she was much better than me. And so those are the first two, and we were both big fans of the same kind of anime. This is the earliest drawing I have a photo of, and I have no idea what's going on or who this is, but they seem to be fighting off some sort of creatures. And I'm assuming in some type of school uniform? The next one I drew because I really like swords. I was a really big Toonami fan with shows like Inuyasha, Kuromi Kenshin, Samurai Champloo, Samurai Jack, Samurai 7, Bleach, Toko, etc. Although looking at it now, I'm not sure what this man is holding. The way his hand is positioned, that's definitely not a sword. And this next character I made for an old Kingdom Hearts fanfic that's been running in my mind rent-free for over a decade. A story that I think about to go to sleep. To this day! A headcanon fanfiction I doubt I'll ever actually make anything about. I've been writing since I was 14, so I have quite a few stories that have been on the shelf for over a decade, but past the age of 16, I rarely drew anything until I was 25 and chose to make this artistic endeavor my career choice. Starting with That Noise, a short story about rabbits. And this is Alec, the main rabbit, white-tailed, blue-eyed, and brown-furred. A hairstyle similar to Bigwig from Watership Down. Also a tone of the story pretty similar in depravity. I quit that because I didn't like how my art looked, and so I made How Fine Draws, the webtoon, and started working on my craft, and made Betting on a New World, a story that'll take me at least 5 years to complete, because it's a decent sized one, but my baby poo-poo doodles convinced me to shelf it because it's too good of a story to have shitty art for. But here are some of the characters that I've made. There will be two distinctions, God or human. And I wrote little tidbits of character and plot relevant lore that only I, as a creator, would understand. And that people in the future will get once the story unravels. And then I rebranded this thing called Fine with the Fine avatars over the original content that I will make, including the original MetaFin design, being similar to that black and white caricature many Storytime animators have used before, because it was inspired by them. And I still have yet to finish most of my Storytime animations. I slacked on animations and then stopped doing it for a while because it was difficult, hard, and the channel went nowhere. But I'm back doing it now. And higher detailed and fluid, fully formed complete animations and skits and short films will be on the Fine Animation channels in due time. And I'm making a bunch of these to experiment with clothes and cell shading. My best attempt at character design so far goes to A Day in the Void, a one shot I procrastinated heavily on and didn't even finish for the Call to Action contest in 2022, but I still submitted it and you can clearly see the growth of my art skill. I tried for a more realistic style, but my coloring skills and levels of self-discipline still need a lot of work. And I'll return to that world that I built there with more stories and tales, as I've made creatures, culture, landscapes, and history. And I have a problem making small-scaled stories, so that's turned into a anthology series of sorts. And you can tell the artistic progression mostly by how well the clothes and bodies are constructed, but I think it's mostly in the details of the face and how much I've improved on staying on model, especially the faces like the character for King Diminex. Bananarama is a character that started as a joke that one of my friends inspired me to draw, a D&D banana rogue type, which transformed into a knife-throwing, magic-wielding, parkour-flipping banana played by nightmares about being a real banana. As they travel through the Plantain Kingdom, it's a story that's more comedy-based, and I'll return once I figure out how I want it to look. Also, in the next video I'll start going through my ebook library for more insights on creating strong and memorable characters. After going through a bunch of artists' work, who are all much better than me, I'll be more ready to join their ranks. So for now, here's some concept art for stories that I haven't made yet. You can follow along my journey in drawing through the webtoon How Fine Draws. That's PHYYN. And if you'd like to support on Patreon. The main gift I have for the lowest level is a series I call Red Line. Since I'm making thousands of character model sheets and whatnot, I made the base of the model drawn in red because I started animating before I learned how to draw, and so I'm very used to red onion skins and drawing black over red lines. So I sketch in red and then do my line art over that. So all the model sheets will be in red for male, female, and all types of body sizes to download and draw over. And that's all for this video. Hope you enjoyed looking at the journey I've had on my earlier concept designs to where I am now. Because next series of videos and forever onward will be going more in depth. Hakuna Matata. Which if you don't know, is how I say goodbye.